This is ABC 7 News at 6:30.
I was stunned. I haven't been in the library for a while, so I was actually quite shocked and concerned for the safety of our kids.
Reaction tonight from a children's advocate to what the ABC 7 News I-team found at the public library. You expect a library to be a safe, clean place for everyone, especially children. That is not what the I-team caught on tape during a survey of libraries around the Bay Area. ABC 7's Dan Noyes is here with the results of an undercover investigation, and it's just shocking.
Well, Jessica and Pete, over the course of 3 weeks, we took our cameras to the Bay Area's main libraries. And if you haven't been to a public library in a while, you might be surprised by what we found. I know I was. A word of caution, some of what we captured on tape is quite graphic. It's opening time at the San Francisco Main Library. The crowd swarms in. Some unpack their bags and settle in for a long day. They aren't there for the books or computers. The library gives them a chance to get off the streets. We found people tucked away in corners and asleep out in the open. One man stripped to his underwear and changed clothes in full view between the stacks of books.
It's not acceptable in the library.
City librarian Luis Herrera says all this activity is against the rules.
What should have happened here is our staff, anybody that notices that, should immediately bring it to our attention or call security, and it's irresponsible not to respond to a situation like this.
During our surveillance, we saw no guards patrolling the floors. They remained at the front entrance. After we filed a public records request for the library's incident reports, Herrera brought in a sergeant from the SFPD to reorganize his security force. It's a frustrating situation for the staff, according to this library survey completed in September. Among the most common responses, unpleasant behaviors drive away well-behaved patrons. I feel my safety and health are at risk on a daily basis. It's not just the staff who feel threatened.
We don't go to that library anymore.
This woman's 11-year-old daughter got punched at the library in January by a mentally disturbed woman. She's not showing her face or using her name to protect her daughter. They live and work in the neighborhood.
You don't take your children to the library to get punched. You know, the library is not a safe place. It's more like a hangout place. People drop their kids off because parents are working, and there's nobody to look out.
A review of the past year's police logs shows assaults, lewd acts, and drug use, problems we also found in San Jose. And the Martin Luther King Library has a problem with pornography. They have no rule against viewing photographs or full-screen sex videos from internet sites, even with children nearby. Chief Librarian Jane Light says it's a matter of free speech.
If anyone objects, doesn't like that, because they're seeing something they don't want to see, they just let us know, and the customer will be required to place a screen on their screen that means people can't see it from the side.
But take a look at the privacy screens. They block their view if you're sitting next to the computer, but move back just a bit and the picture's clear again.
It really only offers partial privacy.
And I've seen the screens, and I see how they work, and the stuff is visible from behind. I mean, you can see everything with those screens.
So you can avert your eyes. It's really, we have a great children's room. I don't know if you've seen our children's room.
Yes, the library does have a room set aside for kids, but they aren't required to go there. They can wander to any floor, even where we spotted a man viewing child porn on a library computer right out in the open. San Jose's police blotter over the past year lists several arrests for child porn at the library, at least 10 cases of child molestation or other sex crimes involving kids, and several cases of men viewing porn and performing a lewd act right there at the terminal. Guards caught this man on surveillance camera.
It showed him sitting at the computer terminal, and from our vantage point, it appeared to show movement that was consistent with him masturbating.
He was convicted by a jury in September of a lewd act in public and sentenced to 30 days in the county jail. Records show the same thing happens in San Francisco quite often. In fact, we stumbled upon a man committing a lewd act on the floor. And we found this man in the library's teen section cruising porn sites, while two boys play computer games just across the same table. No one said anything, and we watched him for more than an hour. He continued on the sex sites even after spotting our camera. We taped another man at a crowded table watching graphic full-screen sex videos. The librarians were just across the aisle.
Porn is available on there. Kids can see this as they walk by. Is this a safe place for kids?
I can't guarantee safety, but I would venture to say that it is a safe place for kids.
It stuns me that that's going on in our public libraries today.
Marcia Stack runs Child Quest International out of this San Jose office. They sponsor child protection programs, help find missing kids, and campaign for internet safety. Stack says something has to be done.
You know, sometimes I wonder if we're just too afraid to be, I don't know, sued in this country. We've got to step out and protect our kids. I mean, enough is enough.
Stack believes that more libraries should filter out pornographic sites on their computers. 40% of the libraries across the country use some level of filters on their computers, not San Francisco, San Jose, or Oakland. The California State Librarian tells us filtering is not a fast and easy answer.
Internet filtering is not 100% effective at all. They're not able to deal with all the various wild and crazy sites that are put up every minute of the day.
We found a good solution in Oakland and attentive staff. This main library fared the best out of the 3 we surveyed. We spotted fewer cases of inappropriate behavior during our surveillance and in a search of police records.
We will approach people and intervene when necessary. We really try and establish an atmosphere of safety here.
Now, if you're concerned about these issues, the experts say you should stick to the smaller branch libraries where the staff can keep a better handle on what's happening in their building. And don't leave your kids alone at the library if they aren't old enough to handle a difficult situation. We're gearing up for our next investigation. Send us a tip through abc7news.com or call us. 1-888-40-ITEAM is the number.
It just seems outrageous that they can sit there and watch pornography at the library, but as you mentioned, if I were to make a scene about this guy watching the pornography...
Well, that's against the ruls. If you make a scene, that's against the rules.
Yeah.
Right. But it's okay to watch the porn with people around.
Right, as long as you don't raise your voice.
Exactly, yeah.
It's a quiet place.